Welcome to Present Poetry, a podcast where we sit back, relax, and enjoy some poets of the past and present. I'm your host, Erin Crittenden, and before we get started on this week's episode, I want to remind you that all of the material used in this podcast is either public domain or used with permission from the author or the author's estate. It's a fun time for all ages, so sit back, relax, and get ready to hear this week's featured poet. This week's featured poet is Pat Severin. Pat Severin is a retired Christian teacher and member of the SCBWI. She has been writing poetry for many years, and her poems are featured in such magazines like the Agape Review, the Clayjar Review, Pure in Heart Stories, The Way Back to Ourselves, the Heart of Flesh Literary Journal, Words of the Lamb, and Vessels of Light. She is also regularly featured in the Southern Arizona Press Anthologies. Pat is also a published contributor to the books I Choose You, Rescue Dogs and Their Humans, Chicken Soup for the Soul, Lessons Learned from My Dog, and When Love Wags a Tail, inspiring stories of love, loyalty, and laughter. Her personal ministry is mailing weekly cards of encouragement to those going through difficult life struggles. We are reading a sample of her poetry that she submitted to us through the form at presentpoetry.com. Who says we get better with age? Don't they understand the war that we wage with time and its ravages? We're on our own to cope with those savages of aches and of moans that come every morning. A sneaking attack that comes without warning. Alas, we are left with a sallow complexion as we try to remember our youthful reflection. And what of this body, encumbered and weighty? Just beyond middle age, most days we feel 80. Who says we get better with age? In dreams we'll believe that it's merely a phase, and one sunny morning we'll wake from this nightmare, discover there's dark roots underneath all this white hair. The hands on the clock, no more moving clockwise. Its movement reverses, no glasses for these eyes. Yes, time's moving backwards. We're youthening slowly to our 20s, no 30s, a time that was holy. But dreams are for children. We cannot go back. The present's not measured by what we may lack. We've learned that we cannot take all this for granted. Since we know what we know, youthful follies recanted. We may not get better with age, but we're so much wiser, a gift at this stage. We've learned since this life doesn't grant a reversal, we must make each day count. This is not a rehearsal. This poem is called Dear Dr. Dream. I want to get tightened, some lipo, get lifted, begin at my toes and put back what is shifted. Now, Doc, we're not talking a huge overhaul, just a slight pick-me-up to take care of it all. For instance, love handles, I think they're disgusting. My hourglass figure needs a little adjusting. Somehow all the sand found its way to the bottom. And can't forget saddlebags, 'cause doctor, I got 'em. My wings keep on flappin' long after my arm's done, and chins, I've a couple, but I'd rather have one. So let me repeat, there's a few things I'm asking. Some lipo, some lifting, what you'd call multitasking. And what you've sucked out, don't discard all that flab. Add some to my chest, and I know I'll look fab. Plastic surgery is next. That's the part I adore. I think that should do it, but I might think of more. You see, Doc, this shy little gal wants to be refreshed and enhanced so the whole world will see that for me, in the end, the years didn't matter. While others grew older, the years only flattered. Sorry to keep you waiting. Ah, Mrs. Harris, did I wake you? Huh? Oh, Dr. Douglas, I must have been dreaming. This poem is called The Skin I'm In. I wonder why I never thought about how I would age. It isn't that I thought that time would never turn a page. I guess I didn't think about these crow's feet on my face, those little lines there by my eyes I wish you could erase. It's strange that laugh lines, what they're called, when they're no laughing matter. They're wrinkles, and that's what they're called, and I'd say they don't flatter. Like these, there are many other signs that come with getting older. In fact, it's downright frightening how gravity gets bolder. For instance, when you start to shrink, and certain parts, they sag. And other things aren't perky, a drag, the way they drag. You catch a glimpse of someone and you think, that can't be you. You look again and ask yourself, is this what time can do? My mom remarked about such things. I see now she was right. Though you may feel the same inside, the outside looks a fright. Sometimes she'd look into a mirror and say, who is that there? She's full of wrinkles, and I see a head of snow-white hair. I get it now, know what she meant, because that's what I see. An older, I hope wiser, gal who's staring back at me. At least I don't require, yet, a cane to get around. But given all that aging brings, that could be where I'm bound. Though I might wish old Father Time would slow his forward spin, I'm glad I'm here, my sags and all. It's just the skin I'm in. This poem is called Outvoted. Tomorrow morning I will be determined, yes, you're going to see this woman doing something new. I'll jog, that's what I'm going to do. I'll tiptoe from my bed and rush, put on my jogging gear, but hush, I haven't told my hubby yet. Be back to get his coffee set. When jogging's done, I'll take a shower, dry off and dress, all told an hour. I'm going to do this every day. What's that I hear? You say, no way. But why, dear toes, do you object? I haven't even started yet. That's it, outvoted 10-1, and all my jogging days are done. Beneath the covers, so cozy, snuggling in, I'm feeling dozy. I tried, I did, warm bed, so good. Perhaps tomorrow, no, I should. This poem is called The Comb Over. Comb over, why do you comb over? That long piece of hair from the side? You're bald, man, so face it, that piece won't erase it. The top of your head, it can't hide. I know that you wish it would grow back, that the hair of your youth would return. But the truth is, it won't, so please, sir, don't. It tells the whole world that you yearn for a time when your thick hair and sideburns was a statement of your self-expression. But this look won't do, not becoming on you. In short, gives a lousy impression. Revel in baldness, it's sexy. Who cares if you're bald? You're a star. So you're lacking some hair. Tell the world, best beware, and put down the top of your car. Thank you for listening to this week's episode of the Present Poetry Podcast. If you enjoyed the show, feel free to like us, leave a review, or share us on social media. If you are a poet or you know someone who is, we would love to hear from you. You can reach out to us or submit your work through our website, which is www.present-poetry.com. Again, that is www.present-poetry.com. We can't wait to hear from you.